Good morning, beautiful people. My name is Becky Everywhere, and we are coming to you live from TSL Nigeria TV. Yes, it's a new day and it is a new month. We at TSL Nigeria TV are wishing you a happy new month. Well, speaking about new, there's actually something that's really new these days, and that would be the high rate of divorce in our society. Well, I am not alone. I am with my co-host, and you get to meet them after the break. Stay with us. Thank you for sticking with us. Well, today is we have a very interesting yet disturbing topic, and that would be the high rate of divorce in our society. What could be the cause? A lot of people have, believed that it could be self-exposure, feminism, low tolerance, a whole lot of things altogether. But first of all, the first on the list today that we really want to talk about is feminism. The truth is, a lot of people do not quite understand the definition of feminism. So there is kind of a misconception altogether. Well, let's meet our guest. Say hello, Miss Sandra. You look sharp.
Everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. Yeah, so yeah, let's quickly go into the topic for today. Feminism is, we have I feel like we have a misconception of what feminism is at this area of, the world. People think it's superiority over men. But in a real sense, it is equality. That's what feminism preaches. So, what is your take? What is your take on the high rate of divorce? What do you think is the cause of the constant divorce that has been happening here and there? What do you think is the cause?
Okay, for me, starting with your first question, feminism, of course, people think it's superiority to the other male gender, but it's actually gender equality, of which I 100% do not believe in it, to be honest, because there are barriers and other factors that helped me to come with that conclusion. Then again, the constant rise of divorce in the country or in the world as a whole, it could be as a result of so many reasons. People probably get married for so many reasons that can't stand the test of time, and they probably do not even know their partner. They just jump into it, maybe because that's what's happening. Everybody's getting married. Oh, I too want to get married, or this person has money, he could take care of my bills, or so many things that just come up with that. So for that reason, when they are faced with issues they can't even withstand or fight for the love they say they have. So that could also be a cause for it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your perception right there. Though we are going to come back to some of the highlights that you dropped, the highlights that you dropped. Yeah, so Ella, are you a feminist?
Well, I'm not a feminist. I would
So
agree with
you don't believe in equality between men and women?
if they are talking about equality, like equality in all things, and I think both genders can be equal in everything. It's not possible. There are certain things that are meant and are left for the men, and there's some things that these are what a woman should do. So if you are fighting, maybe they are fighting for women's rights and not necessarily about being equal with a man, because I don't feel like, I don't think so.
Okay, if in my opinion, I feel like I don't have a problem with men being the head, because in Nigeria, if I'm going to bring it down to Nigeria, Nigeria is a patriarchy society. The men are usually vested with the mantle of leadership in several places, in most organizations, right? And the truth is, if you're going to be honest, if you're going to be completely honest, women actually benefit more from this patriarchy society. We benefit more in marriages. We get to sit back and allow the man do everything. So why would I be struggling to be a feminist? I don't have energy. I want the soft life.
Like they feel like I cannot be sitting and letting him do everything. They feel like like the word to say, what a man can do, a man
Yeah,
can
man
do
can do
better.
better.
But then they feel like if he can do this, I have the same strength to actually do this. So if you feel like it's favoring you, it might not be favoring some other people. So yeah.
While men keep basking in the euphoria, oh, I'm the head, I get to say do this, I get to say do that, I'm leading. We women, on the other hand, we are benefiting. So people should start knowing now that this patriarchy society is actually benefiting us. Yeah. So also there's also something we listed, and that was self-realization. A lot of
Okay.
men cannot deal with that, and a lot of people would say, okay, first of all, let us explain what self-realization means. So it's not like we are
Mm.
over time, you might say, okay, this is who I am. It's important for us to know our values and what we
Yeah.
bring to the table. And a lot of women do not even know these things before they get into marriage.
True.
And over time, during the course of the marriage, if they now come to a realization that, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to pursue, it doesn't sit right with the
Is
husband.
it like
Most
in terms of
often,
career-wise?
career, it could be career, it could be
Yeah.
business, it could be
Education.
education.
Oh, true.
Exactly. A lot of women get married even before they go to school or when they are still in school, right?
Yeah.
So over time, if they come to the realization and they're like, okay, this is what I want to do in my life. This is what I feel like I should pursue. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I want to do more.
Yeah.
It brings about problems. So what do you have to say about that?
Okay. I feel it gets to a stage in life where you begin to realize you're just existing. You're just there. You wake up. Life is more like a routine. So then again, when you now discover yourself, you see this thing that gives you passion, that gives you joy. When you do this thing, you feel like you're alive. You are impacting your society or your community, as the case may be. When people get to that stage, they just want to jump into it and forfeit everything that has been holding them back, which in most cases may be marriage, because they may get to know their inner values and all of that when they're already married, and that might not be in line with the course of marriage at that time, but they may be willing to let it go because this is what they want. And that might not be good with their partner as well. It may not take it lightly with them. So that's where the point of dialogue and coming to a point where you get to compromise comes to play. Because when you come to compromise, you then weigh your options and everybody is happy. You're still doing what you want to do. At the same time, no one is getting hurt and you're then living, not just existing as you.
And some people would say before you get married, people should agree on what's going to happen after the marriage. And I'm like, there are short-term plans and there are long-term
Long-term
plans.
plans.
Yeah.
Life
Over
happens.
time, desires may change. You might want to pursue something different. So how can you know everything that's going to play out from the get-go? It's never so. Over time, things will change. So what do you have to say about it? This self-realization that obviously does not sit right with most men.
Yeah, I agree that it does not sit right with most men. There's this story that I read one time. I think a girl posted it on Twitter. This one, they were not married, they were dating, and then I think she was supposed to like go abroad to like complete her studies or something like that, and the guy like did not want her to go. So before she like thought about the whole situation and everything about going, the guy proposed
Okay.
saying like okay he wants to marry her and all. I don't know, people were saying he did that so he could probably tie her down so that when she goes she knows that okay
There's someone
somebody
waiting.
is there that wants to marry me and all. But eventually the girl left to the place and when she got there she called off the engagement. So like so the thing is just because she knew like okay this is what I want. I feel like the guy should have like understood her and be like okay if this is what you want like go for it, but then it's left for the girl to like know if she's coming back for this thing or it's two
Or she'll
ways
find
because some
something
girls actually do not actually they just feel like okay if I've seen these things my career I choose my career I choose my career. Even in marriages it happens like that
True.
wives are only about their career and this and they don't care about what's going on
But
in their
men
family.
do these things all the time and we don't judge them for it. A man can just wake up one day and say, my wife, I want to travel abroad. The only thing we'll do is complain and cry. At the end of
We
it,
just wake up and be I want to travel
it
abroad.
happens all the time. It happens every time. And men, they get away with these things. But when women come to now say, I want to do this, it becomes a problem. Why? Why is that so? Really? Okay, yeah, moving on. What do you think is is do you think the men are entirely blameless when it comes to divorce like this? When it comes to issues like, do you think men are blameless?
Issue of divorce, I don't think you'd be one-sided, because you can't actually know what's going on in someone else's marriage. Like now, I see Nigerian celebrities coming out to like put their marriage on social media out there. I don't see that as like being right. They might only put what you want to see. You might not know. So if this person is saying one story and that one comes and say a different story, who are you going to blame? Who is at fault really? This one is coming to say, she did this in the marriage. The guy is coming to say, he did this in the marriage, and then you're like, so I don't know who to blame. Like, it's both parties. They both are at fault. There's nobody to blame. Both of you are at fault at what really transpired. Because both of you could have made it work if you really wanted it to work out.
Okay. Well, I've heard this statement one too many times that marriages in the past are better than marriages these days. I, when I hear it, it makes me want to cringe
Marriages
because
in the past.
why? Why would you say that? What do you think? Do you really think marriages in the past are better than marriages these days?
No, I feel marriages these days
Are better than marriages in the past?
Really?
Why
Because,
not?
yes, because these days you see fathers playing major roles in the family and the upbringing of the child. I see fathers going for school run and all of those things. Back then, it was more of the mother's role. The father just provides, then the mother caters for the family. But these days, not really a 50-50 thing, but the man plays his own role willingly and joyfully. I've seen that. I've seen even with their youthful self, with the dreads on, with their rugged jeans, they are still playing their fatherly
But
roles.
why is it that but the rate of divorce is now in this present marriage? So if you are saying like past marriages are like not better than this one,
Okay.
then why is it that it is now the trend now that marriages are not working anymore? See, people that are actually looking up to get married are actually scared because they're seeing like, is it that marriage is scary? Because
Okay.
people are getting divorced and then they're like,
It
they're
wasn't
falling
so-
back. They're falling back to their parents' marriage. People that are still together 20 years,
Yes.
25 years, and you're now saying people that got married in the past are not better than people. So
But we are also forgetting that there are a lot of successful marriages these days. Are we going to forget? Are we going to pretend like we do not know that there are
but
successful
the
marriages?
unsuccessful ones are covering the successful ones.
That's because back then, like in the past, in the I don't want to say ancient or in the older days, the people were enduring their marriage. The people were scared to come out. What people say, nobody's doing this thing. How will you look? So they
Funny how
endured to the
and
end.
I feel like
reasons why
they
people
endure
break
to the
up
end.
are not even reasons why you should actually divorce in your marriage. You come
Yes.
out on social media and you're saying reasons that don't even make sense. That even if people like people that are married in the past hear those reasons and be like, are you serious?
And you say you
So
want to
you
get
left your
married.
husband because of this small
personally,
reason.
I feel like exposure could also be a reason to this because women these days, we have opportunities. Women are constantly wanting more. They are
Yeah,
pushing
true.
themselves, and we love to see. We love to see women who challenge themselves to become better. When women get to travel, or the level of exposure they have, when they see how other women are treated
living,
outside this country, it makes them want to be treated better. And these men do not want that. These men
How
always
do
want
you
to
know
put
these
women.
men do not want
And
that?
we are in Nigeria, we know what's up. They want to constantly put you in your corner. They want to remind you that they are the head and they are in charge. That's also a reason for
For a divorce.
when it becomes too much, when you constantly try to
Do you know that you're actually putting your reason on the men's fault? You can actually not blame.
I
the
don't
reason
know.
of-
I'm always very selfish when it comes to issues like this. I am
So now
always
you're
very
saying that
selfish.
all the that's the
You're a
feminist.
feminist.
That's all the marriages that are
Maybe.
failed are basically the
Because
men
of the
did
men.
something, he cheated, he beat her, blah blah blah. So it's
I
basically
will-
the men.
I will always be biased. Well, I don't know if I'm biased. I might be speaking for a lot of people out there, but let us know at the comments. Of course, we like for you guys to indulge us. Indulge us, drop a comment so we can interact. Yeah. So you said am I a feminist? I don't know, but I'm always biased when it comes to issues like this because I believe before a woman comes up to say, I do not want to continue with this marriage, she must have thought it through over and over again.
Oh.
Because
What is
believe
the
it,
man that comes
believe
up
it or
first?
not, believe it or not, women take a harder hit from divorce, from marriages,
Yeah.
childbirth, everything all together. Women take a harder hit. The society frowns at it so much. Men can just after exactly
After
before
move
you
on.
know they bounce back, and but the women the
Takes a lot.
exactly it takes so much from them. So I feel like before a woman comes up to say I no longer want to continue this marriage, she must have really it must have gotten to
Do you know that sorry to cut you
Okay.
short, but an example is this Quran husband.
bam.
The husband came up first to say like it doesn't want this marriage again, and the reason was the fact that it was toxic. Now people saw the relationship, like the marriage, like okay, the woman was at fault
Yeah.
because the man came out and was like he could not take it anymore. His mental health is at stake. A lot of things are going on in his mind, and she was threatening that if he doesn't do this, do what she wants, he's going to divorce. And so, if you hear that kind of story, like, are you going to say what was going on in that marriage? Like, are you going to say, okay, since it's the man that came to
Speak out first.
speak out first, so are you going to say at the woman now, like that scenario? How are you going to like say?
The fact that she had a newborn. Her baby was barely like few weeks old before the man came up and took to his Instagram or Twitter, started telling people that they want to divorce. I mean, if people are having marital crisis, why not trash it out? Why do you have to involve us in your personal issues? I have my own. I don't bother you
Yeah,
with it.
online in-laws.
As a matter of fact,
Online in-laws.
in quote, a lot of the divorces that we know, that we've seen, we've read about celebrities are against our will. It does not concern us. Stop bothering us with your wahala in your mind. We did not force you to marry in the first place.
Are you sure we are not enjoying it?
People are actually
like the
enjoying it,
gist
so
of
they are. Well, if they just see one trending story like this, that their eyes are very open to say, "Are you serious?" So this person actually did this in the marriage, and then the fact that you come out and this, oh, you are all lovers. 1 minute you are now
1 minute.
strong enemies, and you are messing, degrading
Saying so
yourself
many
online. So many nasty things. I don't see it as a very good thing, because I feel like if where was the feeling that brought you guys
Together
in the first place, that it could just like that, and you guys are messing yourself up, making mockery of yourself online. Like, it's just so like
In as much as we want to talk about this, we should also be realistic enough to say that there are really toxic relationships.
Yeah.
A lot of
Toxic
people are in relationships where they can't even speak for themselves. It's that bad. You are being ill-treated, yet you can't even stand up. You have nobody to talk to. What do you think, or let me rephrase that question. When do you think is the right time to take a walk? Because a lot of people are suffering, a lot of people are in abusive relationships and they do not even know. When do you think is the right time to take a walk?
Apart from being abusive, the toxicity can also come from being manipulative. Even from mere
I like that. I like that.
Even from mere friendship, you find out that you have a friend who wants you to go where they want to go, who wants you to eat where they want to eat. I don't know, from school days, I know there's some friends like that. And then if you do the contrary, they are offended. You probably have to consider that person's opinion before doing something. So imagine being in that kind of relation for a long time. You will lose yourself. You will lose yourself. You'll be more of a, let me not call it slave.
Push over.
Yes,
You're
push
being
over
used and taken advantage
of. So how
of.
long can you really stay there? Before you know it, you keep accumulating anger, and one day you just burst. So instead of you doing something really
that you
harmful
regret,
so you just, you know what, I'm done with this. It's
Yeah,
better
so
that way.
when do you think is right to take a walk?
I agree with Miss Sandra. I feel like when you feel it has gotten to like, maybe you shouldn't even wait like it gets here before you take a walk, because you might not actually wait till it gets here and it does a lot of damage to you that I wish I did earlier. So I feel like once you see the signs, once you get like just
Though sometimes you can also talk about it. You
Yeah,
try,
you try.
exhaust your options.
Okay,
Right.
it's,
When
im-
it
it's,
doesn't
it's
work,
important that we address this from the beginning. I mean, what leads to divorce? You have to get married first before you can divorce, Abby. So there are
yes.
certain things that you should look out for before choosing someone. Oh, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person. What do you think are the criteria? What do you think we should prioritize when selecting a partner? And also, I believe that there is no one size fits all when it comes to
Yeah.
selecting a
Yes.
life partner, but there are some, major things that should be on the lookout for. So what do you think are one of those things?
First of all, like you said, there's no blueprint to marriage.
Yeah.
There's no
True.
this is the pattern, do this, you do that. And everybody comes up, oh, the person's vision, the person's mission must align with it. I feel like it's values. Once you can adjust to this person's values, maybe adopt it or bear with it, you can pull through. Then the vision and every other thing will just fall in place.
Yeah, and I
Values.
think you guys should like understand yourself. Although you can see that people like can court for 9 years, and when they get married, and marriage will not even reach up to 2 years, and they are divorcing. I'm like, what happened in 9 years? Is it that you guys didn't get to know each other? So, like you said, there's no blueprint to marriage in your values and all. Like, that's basically all I can say. Yeah. So, guys, this is it. Celebrity marriages and divorce. High rate of divorce has been dormant now in the society, and it's getting a lot, it's getting too much. Celebrities now bring their marriages online, and please, we don't want to know what's going on in your marriage. Or take it, but if you bring it, we'll put our
Yeah.
nose inside. Well, anyways, this is all we can take on the show today. Please do well to drop your comments in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to our YouTube channel at TSL Nigeria TV, and also follow us on other social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at TSL Nigeria TV. So we'll come your way next time. It's me saying bye.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.